I mean, you can't see that it looked like a wreck or something.
Okay. So I guess, I mean, one of the questions I wanted to ask you, I know that you've said that you think that it may be there before the ice age. There are a lot of people who have speculated, including a number of science magazines, that, a lot of military activity went on there in the Baltic, and we're looking into military activity by the Russians, the Nazis, you name it. They were testing things at Peenemünde. What are the chances of this thing being perhaps a prototype Nazis flying saucer or some other prototype experimental aircraft?
Well, from what I have seen so far, I would say that chance is very, very small because, as I said before, I think it's of pre-ice age because of the loose lying stones on the object.
Mm-hmm. Because
yeah.
Well, there was another caller, Michael from New Jersey, who asked about the MS Estonia. He said that there was a ship that sank there in 1994, and it was covered up. The sinking was covered up. It may have been carrying top secret cargo, and he was curious if it may be a part of that, since there is probably, isn't there another anomaly adjacent to the main anomaly that looks like a circular saucer-shaped object?
No, I mean, we're not near the Estonia wreck at all.
Okay.
We're very, very far away, so it can't be related in any way.
Okay, so you're far away from the Estonia. There were a number of other people that were asking questions, like, for example, Daniel from Canada. He had brought up that you were having trouble with your electronics, and he was curious that if it disables the electronics, how are you getting the footage of the ring stones, and where does this where is this signal and pulse coming from? Can you relate to that?
Yeah, well, this speculation has kind of gone wild. But the thing was that when we were anchored above the circle, we couldn't use the satellite phone. That was one thing, and then the divers had problem with their video camera. Their lightings went off, and during the dive, the camera showed an error message, and the diver restarted it several times, and then it looked like it worked, but it was nothing on the tape when he came to the surface. We had problem with the ROV's sonar. We could take some sonar images, but then we had to turn it off, and because we had to restart it all the time, and then we just turned it off when it didn't work. So yeah, a few things happened, but if it is related to the circle or not, I don't know, because we always have these kind of problems when we're out on our other wreck expeditions. So I don't know if they're related or not, but yeah, a few things happened.
We have a question from Freefall from Australia. He asks, is the anomaly radioactive? Are you experiencing any radioactive readings? And have you tried putting a magnet towards the object to see if it's metallic? This is a Canadian question as well.
We have made measurement for radiation, and actually it's 20 times higher than normal, but that's in no way in dangerous levels. The normal radiation is 0.01 millisievert, if you say the same thing in English, I don't know.
Yeah, millisieverts, yeah, right.
Yeah, and we measured 0.2, but you must reach levels of more than 1 or 2 before you can say it started to get dangerous in any way. So it's nothing, and also Baltic is one of the most radiated oceans in the world because of the Chernobyl accident in 1986. So, well, it is a bit higher levels from the bottom samples, but I don't know if it's, what can you say, if it's normal or not.
Okay, all right. That explains a lot, I guess. It's just the idea of the pulsing and the interference, the radioactivity, of course, now we attribute to Chernobyl. I actually have Billy, who is calling in from Sweden, who wants to ask you a question. Bill, hi, you're on with Peter. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I want to ask you, I read on your homepage, I've been following you for the full year, since from first you discovered this anomaly. I'm calling from Köping, not very far from where you are at in your natural habitat, so to speak. You said that you found stone blocks that measured 2.5 meters by something. I can't recall the exact measurements. But are those stone blocks identical to each other, as in, do that indicate that they are made, or could they be a natural phenomenon? That is one of my questions.
Yeah, I think you refer to the meringue, as we call it, which the divers have taken a photo of. And among all these straight lines and box shapes, there is this meringue-shaped object, and it has that approximate that size. It's
yeah, but are they consistent with made objects, or are they randomous? As in, are they random, or are they? You know what I'm saying?
We can't say. Yeah, we can't say if it's made or not, but it's only one of these round-shaped objects on the circle. The rest of them is kind of part of the circle or the object. But this meringue-shaped object or cliff or stone or whatever it is seems to be the only one having this shape.
Okay. And as I've gathered, there is like a mushroom shape to the whole object. And the base of it is, I don't know if it was you or your colleague that said it was like standing on a pillar. Is that, well, excuse me if I'm expressing myself wrong now, but is that pillar circular? I mean, absolutely circular in shape, because it's a very, very large object.
Yeah, the pillar or the foundation it's looking like it's a kind of ordinary rock, and it's not completely round. What we know today, we haven't done so much investigations of the pillar. It looks like it is of ordinary granite or ordinary rock, while the upper part, which we refer as the circle, seems to be of another mineral. The surface is different. We do not know today if...
Could the upper part be of a basalt?
Could it be a basalt?
Basalt floating rock.
It can be. We haven't got the tests from the lab back yet. So
because I read several articles about this anomaly here now, and I've read that some sort of experts, let me quote experts, which I don't think is experts, that this is all hoax. I do not believe that for a minute, because you have been very forthcoming with truth in the manner that you are able to do so, because of the probable media contracts.
Bill, are you referring? Bill, we need to go to the call, but are you referring to the basalt pillow theory?
Well, both that and any other theory, but the basalt pillar theory is kind of valid theory here.
Yeah. Well, Bill, I appreciate you calling in tonight. Thank you so much for your good questions. Calling from Sweden. Thank you so much. We go to Tromt now. Tromt from Norway. You're on Ground Zero with Peter Lindbergh. Go ahead, Tromt.
Thank you very much indeed. Hey Peter, går det bra?
Jag mår bra, tack.
How are you doing? Okay.
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, you probably had a lot of, awake nights, as I understand, because this is something out of the context. I mean, no matter what it is, if it's an old structure from, made of the planet itself or, volcanic or whatever, it doesn't matter because it's a crazy find, and you should be very, very proud of yourself. But I have a question. One of the members in the group, they asked, what about the second object?
What about the second object? What is that, actually?
Yeah. Have you checked a little bit around it, or?
There is a second object. There is a second object, and we haven't been on that yet with the ROV. We have recorded it on our multi-beam sonar data, though, but that is still under processing. And in the beginning of next week, we will see, we will have a better clue of what the second object is. But it's smaller, but, it looks a bit odd as well.
Trump, thank you for your call. We got to go to another call. We're getting close to the time to go. Thank you so much, Trump, for calling from Norway tonight. Let's go to Kirk from Texas quickly. You're on Ground Zero.
Hey, Peter. This is Kirk from Texas, Kirk Bonnet.
Go ahead, Kirk, quickly.
Hey, my curiosity is the hole. Have you or will you drop a camera down in that hole, or have you illuminated that hole? Do we know, is there anything that shows us what's inside that hole?
No, not so far. We found the hole when we were just moving around the down line for the divers, and we decided to back off, not to stir up the silt and destroy the visibility for the divers. So we don't know more about the hole than the few seconds we have recorded. Of course, we will do our best to try to find out why the hole is there and if there is any more holes on the object.
Kirk?
And we will prepare to send the camera down if we can't see the bottom of the hole.
Kirk, thank you so much for the call. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. We're running out of time, Peter. We thank you so much for being on the program. One last question. We had a number of people ask, are you running into any governmental problems with any of the governments, any alphabet agencies getting in touch with you, trying to keep you to back off from investigating this?
No, not so far.
So you're pretty much free to do what you're doing, and it's just nothing. Nobody's blocking you. No military activity or anything like that.
Yeah, we have had military activity. The Swedish Navy showed up, and we're not on Swedish waters. We're not in a Swedish economical zone. We're within another country's economical zone, but the Swedish Navy showed up. But they didn't make any problems for us. They were just there looking at us.
Peter, it's so good to hear it from your mouth, getting the information directly from you. And we know that the world was here tonight listening to you. You're part of that world. We're glad that you're in the world doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for your investigation. We will keep the audience abreast of what's happening. I'm sure you're going out probably in the middle of July to look more into this anomaly. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
You have a good night, Peter. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So as you can see, he has a few opinions about what the anomaly is. He thinks it's some sort of a structure, perhaps some monolithic structure. There have been some pyramids that have been found off the coast of Turkey. Also, there are some there near Bermuda. There are all kinds of different artifacts under the oceans. But I still lean towards the possibility that this might be some sort of a manufactured item. A lot of people are curious about what has been going on in the Baltic Sea since World War II. Of course, we had a number of battleships there with the NATO maneuvers that happened in the 1950s, the rumors of Peenemünde and what they were doing there with the flying saucers, the V2s, the V7s. So it's still up in the air. But in the meantime, I'm still sticking with my possibility this could be some sort of a Nazi flying saucer, some Nazi Wunderweapon or what it might be. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the interview, and I'm Clyde Lewis, and this is Ground Zero Behind the Scenes.